Today on Cool Tools, I want to introduce you to my little friend. I know you've seen me use this half-scale dress form in tutorials showing how to do some of the efficient workflow for bodice fitting, and you may have remembered when I was working on my bias top experiment, I also used this mini dress form to play with designing, and I thought it would make a very cool tool because this is a little bit of an investment. I found one on Amazon by Lavender Forms for, I think it's $89. So it is a little bit pricey, but when you start to think about the amount of money that fabric and muslin cost, plus your time to work with large scale or full-size patterns, this will pay for itself over time, because having a half-scale dress form allows you to try things on a small scale before you implement them in a full-size pattern or garment. So just to give you an example here, this is my 3-seam bias dress top pattern that I'm working on in the background, and you can see it's very cute, right? I was able to work this out in a small scale, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you. I started out with just a front and back standard pattern pieces, and then I made them into this. So you can see here, this is my test pattern for the bias dress I was working on, and I was able to figure out a lot of different things without working in a full-size pattern. You can see here, same pattern, just look how big it is. I don't even have like a wide enough angle to show you this entire pattern piece, right? If you like to design new things, having a half-scale dress form is going to be super helpful for that. And if you're not into designing, but you're into learning different fitting adjustments, this also comes in handy. I'm going to take off my bias dress, and I'm going to stick on my muslin that I made. So let me just pin it on here. Having one of these mini dress forms also allows you to work on different pattern adjustments before you try them on your full-size pattern as well. And that can come in handy if you're new to pattern fitting, or if you want to see what an adjustment is going to do to the shape of your pattern. For example, I used these pattern pieces to practice lowering the armhole. I practiced changing the slope of the shoulder. I used the in the seam allowance method to push the armhole in to get rid of some of the width across the back. I was able to do a lot of different things fitting wise using these tiny little pieces, and it really helped me work out a lot of the different adjustments and other things I wanted to try to fit myself and also some of my students who are working on shirt fitting. And it saves a lot of time, energy, and money to be able to do this in a smaller size. I'm featuring this today, but I just want to bring back my other friend here. This is a full-size 6 pants form, and you can see here I put a pair of jeans on it to do a promo for a pattern review class I'm going to be teaching later this month, efficient workflow for jean fitting. If anybody's interested in that, I'm putting a link in the description below. But also, you can see here, there's no way things are going to fit me. So in the back, I've got it pinned so I could, use it for photography or use it as an example. But I will tell you that having this dress form with legs to be able to demo some of the things I teach for pants fitting has already become so helpful to me. And I can see where, having a step up with a size 6 can also help me share some other things when I teach efficient workflow for bodice fitting starting on Saturday this week coming up. There's actually one more spot left, so if anyone wants to join me for that class, I'm putting a link in the description below for that as well. But I'm really realizing that having dress forms that are smaller than me are actually very helpful. Next Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to drape a basic front and back bodice for this half scale dress form. You'll be able to use the same information or the same tutorial for draping on a full size dress form as well. But this way, if you decide you want to, get a mini dress form, or if you already have one and you're not using it, I'm embarrassed to say my mini dress form has been sitting on a shelf as a decoration since 2013. I only started using it like a year ago. So I've recently discovered this little beauty in my studio and how helpful it is. And if you're like me and you already have one, next Fit Tip Tuesday is going to be showing how to drape a front and back so you can have pattern pieces like these to work with, to either design with or practice your fitting adjustments. And because every dress form brand might be a little bit different, you'll be able to create a custom sloper for your mini dress form. So that's what we're going to do next week. And I know I'm dating myself by saying, ooh, next week. After I do that video, I will put the link in the description below. So if you're watching this, later after the fact, just check the description below for a link to the tutorial showing how to make a sloper for this half scale dress form. I wanted to share this as a cool tool because I think it's a very cool tool. And again, if anybody is interested in checking out these half scale forms, I have an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. And then remember, next week I'm going to show you how to drape a sloper onto this, so you'll have the pattern pieces that you'll need to either practice your fitting adjustments or to design new styles. If you have any questions or comments, please post those below and I will help you. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel because it helps me grow. And I really appreciate it. Thanks again. Have a great day, and I'll see you again very soon.